That was awesome, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Let me ask you, are you guys ready for the big final? So where are the fans from Spain? What about the fans from Croatia?
The first EHF EURO was held in 1994 in Portugal. 12 teams participated, and the first European Championship champions was Sweden. 20 years ago, the year 2000, the EHF EURO was held in Croatia. And together with me, the champions of the year 2000, here are the Team Sweden!
So I'm standing here with a lot of spectacular handball players. I think they speak for themselves, but I will start to get closer to Staffan Olsson, and we will switch to Swedish. The year 2000, finalen 2000 mot ryssarna var en tight match. Gick till 2 förlängningar, 32-31. Vad minns du från den finalen?
Oerhört mycket, självklart. Vi låg under ganska kraftigt redan i första halvlek och hämtade hem ett 7-målsanlägg, tror jag. Sen som sagt var att vi gick till 2 förlängningar som var väldigt lik en av semifinalen här i fredags. Så man kände igen sig ganska mycket från den matchen. Så att man får stå som vinnare och det blir väldigt, väldigt roligt.
Hur speciellt är ett EM?
Nej, det är jättestort. Det är det klart det svåraste mästerskapet att vinna i handboll. Så att det är oerhört roligt att det har gjort ett antal år.
Och vänner av en tid, Tjubomir Vranjes. Du spelade 4 finaler, EM-turneringar. Nu har du varit med i EM som förbundskapten. Vad skiljer sig som vad som spelar av vår förbundskapten?
Spelarna har väl lite ont just nu, tror jag. Som förbundskapten så är det inte så. Utan det är väl, man sitter för det mesta och analyserar.
Förväntningarna som du hade inför det här mästerskapet som ledare, hur medföll sig då?
Ja, det är höga förväntningar naturligtvis. Som vi spelade en semifinal för Slovenien, det var stort.
Bra, vi tycker er med en stor applåd, the European Champions of 2000. Now the immediate due, we have an announcement from the Mayor of Stockholm, Anna König-Järnmyr.
officials, fans, volunteers, and all the friends of the big European handball family. We are so proud to be part of this historic 14th European Handball Championship here in Stockholm. Our capital is visionary, trustworthy, and free, values that we are happy to share with a thriving handball community. And with the inspiring motto of the 2020 European Men's Handball Championship, dream, win, remember. I am honored to welcome you all to Stockholm, a city of everyone.
Thank you very much, Anna. And I've got a highlight myself coming up here. Brookfus is, of course, supporting the good cause again today. It's United Nations goal number 6 and 13 that we're trying to support. We're going to do the wave twice today. First half time, the first time out, second half time, also the first time out. But for now, we want to give away 3 balls for you. So make yourself be heard, shout, scream, and these 2 girls will give away 3 balls for you. So who wants a free ball? Well, off we go, 3 bonus balls. Well, while you're following the balls, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a great award coming up for you. NOC Awards coming up just in a few moments. Your attention, please.
So, dear handball fans, dear spectators, we had altogether 3 incredible match days with 5 exciting games during the final weekend here in Stockholm. The EHF executive member, Boris would like to thank the local organization committee for their efforts prior during the game here in Men's EHF Euro 2020. Handing over gift to Chairman of Stockholm, Jakob Johansson. Please give a big applause for the local organization committee in Stockholm. Prize handed over by Boris Jurkovic. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big applause. Thank you very much, Stockholm.
Well, hello and welcome to the beautiful city of Stockholm in Sweden and the Tele2 Arena on the final day of the 2020 Men's European Handball Championship. The final will see Spain take on Croatia, and what a championship it has been. My name's Paul Bray. Thanks for joining us today as we prepare to close the chapter on this 14th European Championship, with 2 teams undefeated in the competition, although they have met each other, and obviously a 22-all draw. Well, it promises to be an amazing chapter here. Spain, of course, the defending champions, but for Croatia, they have been world champions, they have been Olympic champions. But despite getting to 8 European Championship semi-finals, they have never won. Is this going to be their year, or will Spain, who are in their 3rd consecutive final, take the title? This is the teams arriving a little earlier today. The Spanish team, Aguinagalde, who plays in Poland. A few of his teammates. Makeda is next off, the coach. He was named in the all-star team this morning. Great achievement. Dujcebaev going past the screen. Players who've done such an amazing job here. Entre Rios, the captain, who is making his 60th European Championship appearance and his last, as he's announced that he will be hanging up his international shoes at the end of the season. Their hopes, obviously, to have one last Olympic adventure. For Croatia, despite the huge success they've had in European competition, that gold medal has always eluded them. But will this be their moment? They played an absolutely incredible semi-final, probably the best semi-final of Euro history, beating Norway, who had become hot favourites, 29-28. Team making their way through and into the changing room. So 24 teams in this competition for the first time ever, and also for the first time hosted by 3 countries. We are finishing in Sweden here in Stockholm, but it has been hosted also by Norway and Austria. The pre-final show underway here. Just let you enjoy this great moment, bringing to a close another successful championship. So the teams are getting ready. Croatia coming out of their changing room now. So Croatia were based in Graz in the preliminary round. 3 wins against Montenegro, Belarus and Serbia. Saw them finish top of that group and went into the main round together with Belarus from that one. There were 6 groups of 4. Only the top 2 went in. In the main round, they started meeting up with the team that they are going to meet again today. Spain, they were in the same group. Victories against Austria, Germany by a single goal with Szego making an amazing save in the dying seconds to secure the points there. Then the Czech Republic, and then a draw with Spain, low scoring but hugely exciting, 22-all, brought them to second place on goal difference behind Spain in their group, and victory over Norway 29-28 after double extra time, and of all people, defense specialist Željko Musa scored the winner. Spain emerging as well. They were in Group C in Trondheim in Norway for the preliminary round, beating Latvia, Germany 33-26, and the Netherlands went into the main round, obviously in Group 1 in Vienna. The other group was in Malmö, and there they beat the Czech Republic, Austria and Belarus relatively comfortably. Very few people pushed them until they met Croatia, as I mentioned then in that last match of the main round, 22-all. In the semi-final, they won 34-32 against Slovenia here in the Tele2 Arena in Stockholm. They were well in control of the game, took their foot off the accelerator just a little too early and gave themselves a fright, but hung on for it. They're making their way up into this huge arena, which hosts football usually. In fact, 2 big football teams here play in the top league. Also has concerts, but set up today with 19,000 seats. And if it's anything like the semi-final when Croatia played 2 days ago, it will be packed to the rafters and there will be a lot of Croatian support. This is what it's all about, the trophy, which both teams will be hoping to raise. Spain hoping to hang on to the trophy. They won it last year, beating Sweden 29-23 on that occasion. For Croatia, well, I'm afraid that no top place on the podium since the Olympic Games in 2004. But they have been very successful. In fact, these 2 teams, and only France, are the teams to have appeared in every edition, 14 editions of the European Championship. Lino Ševa, he's been there many times with them, the Croatian coach. Is it finally going to be his year? But in those 14 editions, 8 times Croatia have made it to the last 4, into the semi-final, 3 times into the final, and yet never won it. They were world champions in 2003, Olympic champions in 1996 and 2004.
Thank you.
So, staying focused at the back, the Croatian team. And what an amazing semi-final we were treated to when they played Norway. It really was a remarkable affair by any stretch of the imagination. But that man there, Jordi Ribera, the Spanish coach, will be hoping to spoil their party and retain the title. It's worth saying that only Sweden have successfully defended the European Championship title. In fact, they did it a couple of times because they won it 3 times in succession, 1998, 2000, 2002. No one else has ever managed to do it. Spain would love to join that elite club. And smiles on the faces there, goosebumps. The arena is packed and there are a lot of red and white shirts. I think the Croatian fans outnumbering the Spaniards. And of course a lot of neutrals here. Here comes the European Handball Federation flag, and that says one thing: the teams are ready to come out on court. What a great occasion. So Spain are coming out first. Gonzalo Perez de Vargas, 32% save rate. Makeda, who made the all-star team. There's Fernandez, who actually didn't play in the match against Croatia, had been replaced. The captain's coming on, Entre Rios, that's Dujcebaev. Followed out by Sarmiento, a quick playmaker. Plays for Saint-Raphael in France, and Corrales also plays in France for Paris Saint-Germain. There is Dujcebaev, whose brother started the competition in the team, Dani Dujcebaev, but with injury had to be replaced in the end. Adrià Figueras coming on now, line player, followed by Cañellas, 33-year-old veteran. Scored 470 goals. The Spanish fans enjoying the moment. Perez de Vargas and Makeda making it into the all-star team. Gideon Guardiola, the last player to come out on court. So this is Spain. 14 of this team remain. They were in the winning side 2 years ago. They tasted victory and they want to taste it again. Well, the legend that is Domagoj Dujak hesitates for a moment. He wants to take it all in. The captain of the team gets a huge cheer, and quite rightly. He is fast approaching 700 goals scored in over 200 internationals for his country. In this, his 7th European Championship. There's another legend of the game. Zlatko Horvat, 35 years of age, in his 6th European Championship. 22 goals in the competition so far. And he's played for 6 hours and 23 minutes of the competition. In that respect, Lino Scherval doesn't turn the bench all that much. That was Musha, who just came on, a defence specialist. He's only scored 3 goals in the competition, but one of them was the winner 3 seconds from the end of double extra time against Norway, and it put Croatia into the final. Sindric, who is carrying an injury. He had it before he came, but is playing through it. He's not been 100% fit. Sindric, who plays for Barcelona and will be playing against 4 of his teammates here today. The plate they all want, and that man more than anyone, Lino Scherval. He has been in so many of these semi-final situations with Croatia and ended up with either bronze or silver. And now it is time for the national anthems. Spain first. Cheer from the Spanish fans, and now the anthem of Croatia. Huge cheer. Teams know each other well. They've played each other 25 times. 15 wins for Croatia, 7 for Spain, and 2 draws. The referees for today, Georgi Nachevski, Slaven Nikolov of Macedonia. They receive presentation medals to commemorate this great achievement for them as the teams swing around. The last meeting, of course, a 22-all draw in the main round. Before that, they met in the quarter-final of the World Championships in France in 2017. Croatia won. They have met so often in major, crucial stages of the competition. Domagoj Dunjak named MVP of the tournament this morning. Well deserved, finally. He just got ahead of Sander Sagosen. So the lineup for Spain. Captain Entrerios should start in the middle in his last Euro match with probably Canellas and Makeda at the back. Dujcebaev could be a good option. 4 super wingers rather. Could be tempted to start with Sule and Fernandez. There is Jordi Ribera, coach of the Spanish team since 2016. For Croatia, with Sindric carrying an injury, we'll see if he'll get any court time at all, but they could start with Dunjak, Karadzic and Stepancic at the back, Mandic and Horvat on the wings, Maric on the line, Šego coming in goal, Lino Šerva. There is Dujcebaev, the younger brother, Dani Dujcebaev, who got injured and isn't playing today. And the 2 captains, legends, both of them, Raúl Entrerios for Spain on the right, Domagoj Dunjak on the left. It promises to be a cracking final. Fans are ready. I hope you're ready. Match number 65 at Euro 2020. So Croatia throw off the final of the 2020 Men's European Handball Championships, playing in the white shirts from left to right against Spain, the defending champions, in the red shirts here in the Tele2 Arena in Stockholm. Paul Bray here with you for this game. 2 teams who met in the main round and battled out a defensive duel, 22-all in the end, and they are still both undefeated in this competition. Stepancic, Karadzic, Dunjak at the back as expected. The Spaniards start with a very deep defense to pressure that back line. Maric on the line, who scored an impeccable 5 from 5 against Norway in the first half of the semi-final. Passive play being called against Croatia. Be a free throw. Croatia, who have reached the last 4 of this competition 8 times and been in 3 finals but never won it. Dujcebaev, yellow card early in the final. Spain, on the other hand, in their 3rd consecutive final, having won it 2 years ago in Croatia. Looks to the line, superb assist. Karadzic, Maric scores the opening goal. Straight through the legs. That was absolute class by Karadzic to set him up. So Corrales started in goal for Spain. First attack then for Spain. 5-1 defense that they've used so effectively in this competition. For Croatia, Dunjak is there, he says surely that's an attacking foul. Ran straight into the defender. Little dummy, puts it wide. It clips the post and goes off to the side. Croatia have possession. 2 minutes played. Quick attack. Dunjak. He's not hanging around. Again, Karadzic tees him up. That was excellent. Karadzic named also in the all-star team today. Dunjak the MVP, and from the Spanish side, 2 of their players in the all-star team, goalkeeper Perez de Vargas, who's not started today, and Makeda, the right back. Lino Šerva, he's going to be on his feet all day long. He doesn't sit down. He doesn't do relaxed. So they've started with Dujcebaev, interestingly, Sarmiento and Entrerios at the back. They're going for a running game. Dujcebaev will move to the right-back position. Musa gets a yellow card. Aguinaldo there, who plays for Kielce in Poland, together with Dujcebaev actually, and Spanish winger Fernandez. And on the other side, for Croatia, Karadzic is their club teammate. But today, friendship aside for 60 minutes. You can barely hear the whistle in the arena with the Croatian fans trying to unsettle the Spaniards. Passive play call. Cut out everyone, went straight into the right wing, and first goal for Spain. Soule plays for Toulouse in France. Given just enough space by the clever long pass. Hangs, opens up the angle and beats Marin Shego. Soule, who scored 24 goals in this competition with an enviable 67% success rate. So, very, very deep defence, at times looking like a 3-3 or disjointed 3-2-1 even. Passes back again. Out comes Stepancic. Free throw. Stepancic, the number 7 there. A couple of his club teammates, Makeda and Canellas on the Spanish side, playing for the Hungarian team who currently lead the championship there. Pikseged. Dunjak teasers, drops the ball, flicks it up again. Karadzic, Stepancic, top corner. Great start for Croatia. The 29th goal of the competition for Stepancic. Takes a shot, just past the body. And that's Yosu Gonyi. Gonyi, who's came on after a couple of minutes. And there was Stepancic's goal. Around Corrales. Ironically, Stepancic, he was club teammates with Corrales at PSG in Paris, France last year. Until Stepancic moved to Pikseged. Down goes Karadzic. As they get a yellow card for Moros, defence specialist for the Spanish team. It sails wide, well over the top. Karadzic. Well, breathless start to this half. We've had 5 goals in 5 minutes. Things settle down a little bit here. Dujcebaev, an incredible player he is, Alex Dujcebaev. His brother, actually, Dani Dujcebaev as well. But sadly injured and out of the team since the early stages. Also, their father, Talan Dujcebaev, is a legend of the game as a player and also coach. Runs in the family. Aguinaldo comes out, he goes back in on the line. Brilliantly played! And no one picked him up. Fernandez got in behind. Fernandez, he was substituted out of the team. Actually, he did a swap with Dani Dujcebaev, and then they decided Dujcebaev couldn't continue. He got swapped back in again. As a result, he missed that 22-all draw in the main round against Croatia, but he gets a start here today. But no wonder, he's on 32 goals from 38 shots in the competition, the Spanish winger. 3-3. Dunjak looks to the line, nothing there. Now there is. He's landed inside the area, no goal, but fouled in the act of shooting. At least Maric has won the penalty. See the feed into him. Yes, he's well down in the area. Well spotted by Georgi Nachevski, the referee. In comes Perez de Vargas, who saved 6 penalties in the competition. He's up against Domagoj Dunjak, who scored all 6 of his penalties at Euro 2020. Takes it quickly after a little hiccup with the referee, just holding him up. Second goal of the game for the Croatian captain and Euro 2020 MVP. Turns and celebrates. Croatia back in front again, 7.5 minutes played, and Corrales is back in goal for Spain. So Entre Rios in the centre. Sarmiento. He's not a long-distance shooter. He's very much the player who looks to run in the line. They keep on trying to draw either side of the central defence, but that's an attacking foul. Pass a little too long for Horvat. It goes out of play. Back they come again. Straight down the middle. It's gone wide. He'll get the free throw. Raul Entre Rios, the captain. Blocked there by Stepancic. Entre Rios, one of 4 players who played the club handball at Barcelona, who announced, or confirmed I should say this morning, that this will be his last European Championship. Looking to hang up his shoes at the end of the season, after hopefully the Olympics in Tokyo. They have yet to qualify. They are in the Olympic qualification tournament in April, but the extra carrot here for the winner today is that you're automatically qualified for the Olympic Games. The other team, well, both of them already in the Olympic qualification tournament. Not much at stake there. So really, you got to win it. Dujcebaev applauds. Sarmiento. That's his first of the game. That's from 8 meters, getting a little bit closer, 100 kilometers an hour. Sarmiento, he plays for Saint-Raphael in France. 23 goals for them this season, and you can see how far back the Croatians are having to play in front of this very deep defence, very aggressive defence. Dujcebaev at the front. Zlatko Horvat comes around. Dunjak, oh, lovely pass, again landed inside. Poor Maric has scored twice. He's got the penalty again though, but what a sublime assist. Look at that. Little bit of spin, 3 defenders between them, and somehow Dunjak got the ball in to Maric. Well, he gets the reward. And scores, second penalty of the game. Corrales stays in this time. Tried to draw the early shot, it didn't work. 10 minutes played then. 5-4, Croatia are leading here. Aguinalde, it's given, would have been a penalty anyway for defending inside the area. Spanish fans cheer, and it's the first goal of the game for Aguinalde. Plays for Kielce in Poland and beats Szego. So a quick word with Musa. Sejko Musa, the defence specialist, number 28, who gets an earful from Lino Šerva 2 days ago. He was kissing him on the floor after Musa had scored the winning goal in the semi-final. You think about who you're going to pass the ball to with 3 seconds to go at the end of double extra time and staring at the possibility of penalties. Musa might not necessarily be top of your list, but showing that he's not a bad attacker either. In fairness to him, he plays for Magdeburg in Germany, Musa, and he has scored 31 goals for them this year. Waiting for his moment to come back on as Karadzic looks to tee things up. And that's gone straight through. Mandic. Mandic, who's played the longest of any of the Croatians here this competition, 7 hours and 10 minutes of play. Opens up the angle. Got a hand on it, Corrales, but that doesn't get you anything. Oh, brilliant. Raul Entre Rios, the captain, comes up to the defence, standing jump. Well, I think that's what he just did, actually, Jordi. 6-all. 50 centimetres high, that jump. Well, if you want to get a measuring tape out at home and try it, that is some jump because it was a standing one. And change the keeper. after poor old Marin Šegor has made 0 saves from 6. Ashanin has come in. That's gone wide. It'll be a free throw. In that respect, as the match goes on, and they were so drained, the Croatians, at the end of the semi-final 2 days ago, Dunjak didn't even realise that he was given the MVP award in the match. He was head down, absolutely drained. But it also doesn't help that Lino Šerva doesn't turn the bench enormously. And his top players are asked to play a long, long time. That's a nice goal, though. Horvat.
Croatia 6-7, first goal, Igor Karacic.
In fact, I do beg your pardon, Karacic. 32 goals now in this competition for the 31-year-old. Aguinalde goes across. They tried to open up the space on the other side. Missed the pass. Bring the ball up slowly. Off comes Musa. And on comes Marino Maric. Musa, who's done a terrific job in defence. Into the wing, closed angle, tries to spin it around him, penalty, stepped into him. The barge by Farhan Sule. There it is, pushed into him. Quite clearly a penalty. The irony was it was a very difficult angle to get the spin around as he was trying to turn his body around it. Dunjak, third penalty, third goal. 2-goal lead for Croatia. And straight off, Dunjak being spared defensive duties. Ball possession at the moment, it's tight. 52% Croatia edge it. Mistake, but he's under pressure. Intredios gives the thumbs up to the Macedonian referee. Referees today, Georgi Nachevski and Slave Nikolov from North Macedonia, who've refereed 2 bronze medal playoffs, Euro 2016 and the 2013 World Championship. It's their first major final, though. Big event for them. Sarmiento went for the interception, missed it, and now there's a bit of space at the back. Aguinalde being wrestled by Musa. It's never something you want. Musa at 114 kilos and 2 meters tall. Mind you, Aguinalde is not a slouch. 195 and 110 kilos. First save. The Croatian fans jump and celebrate. But the follow-up comes almost immediately. Celebrations were premature. Beautifully done. So casual about it as well, Aguinalde. One-handed catch, throws it straight back into the goal and runs off. And Ashanin himself had started celebrating. Drive in, but Karacic, he gets a free throw. Well, they drew in the main round. Last meeting between these teams was a quarter-final of the World Championships 3 years ago in France, 30-29 to Spain. They met in a lot of bronze medal playoffs, semi-finals. In fact, the last Spanish win against Croatia goes back to Euro 2016 when they beat Croatia in the semi-final, 33-29. Big cheer. 2-goal lead restored. Karacic again, third goal, great start. So change in defence. Aguinalde comes on. Goni at the moment is the one doing the defensive work, and that was the last goal that restores that 2-goal lead for the Croatians, and that goes wide Came off a defender though, it'll be a throw-in from the corner. Lino Serva following the instructions from the side. And that's an attacking foul, quickly taken, they're away. No, it won't count. He couldn't hear it, but they were blowing the whistle, the referees. The throw was taken from the wrong place. They've got to send the ball all the way back and start again. A wry smile from Mandic. He briefly thought he was onto a good one here for his second goal. Hearts in their mouths for the Spanish supporters who thought that was going to be a 3-goal lead. Slow build up. Into the line, oh, huge space. Where was the defence? It all fell apart. They're playing it so deep. They need good communication in the back. Maric scores his second. And with it, it's a team timeout for Spain. Dunjak the assist. No one around Maric. Moros had moved up and lost sight of him.
So Sweden, Spain and Croatia. The home fans watching us.
6-0 vamos a hacer. Sales tú ahora en la zona de segundo ahí, en ese lado de allá. Intentamos mantener aquí, ahora vienes a defender en este lado de aquí. Dani, intenta venir a hacer el cambio para que quede, pueda salir con Viran en la zona central. Cuidado con el balance defensivo, ¿vale? Situación de juego, circulación del extremo, con devolución de balón, cambiamos la zona de pivote, ahí en ese lado, cruce central, pivote, pivote vuelve para ganar la espalda al jugador, luego extremo circula, viene aquí a este punto, sale para apoyar, para fijar a los jugadores y vuelve, vale, para cerrar.
Amazing scenes here in this Tele2 arena, 19,000 seats. Worth saying that Euro 2020 has had a record 420 spectators attending the matches up until the main round. That excludes here, because this has added a whole lot more over the last 3 days with the semi-finals, the bronze medal playoff. I should mention that Norway put aside their disappointment of that last few seconds defeat to Croatia to beat Slovenia and take the bronze medal. Slovenia done terrifically well to make it to the semis, but just ran out of steam in the end. Oh, straight through Makeda. And at the end of the day, that is sometimes the best option. You see there, bit of strength with him. He's just come on after the team timeout. And Spain deciding to put a bit of muscle into the back of the attack, since the running play isn't quite delivering. No change though for Croatia. Stepancic, Karacic, and Dunjak on the far side. Into the line, dropped it in, free throw. Foul called against Entre Rios. It's such a great array of back players, the Croatians, with Stepancic and Dunjak, but in the centre, Karacic taking the shot there, has been exceptional at this championship and quite rightly in the all-star team. And there is Perez de Vargas, who after the team timeout has come in. Corrales making no saves from 9 shots so far, so both teams have had to switch keepers. It certainly has been a goalkeeper's day here in this final, with 20 minutes played. 10-8. Much higher scoring than when they last met. Defence is looking a little bit more nervous. A few mistakes here and there. Again, Makeda, that's an attacking foul. No, it's a foul on Makeda. Had he gone into, oh, there's why, but it's actually the other way. And I was going to say the replay would suggest that there was a hefty push.
Stockholm, Tele2,
on Karadzic. So for Croatia, on comes Luka Cindric, who's been playing through the championship with a knee injury he picked up with his club Barcelona. He came off in the semi-final, just couldn't carry on, he just couldn't run anymore. Playing through the pain barrier, but he comes on, and I was just saying what an array of back players. I hadn't quite finished because there was then a shot by Karadzic, but I was about to mention Luka Cindric. He's managed to score 21 goals despite not being fully fit. He's on the far side at the moment, there you go. 30 goals for Barcelona this year. Was a Kielce in Poland until last summer. Makeda! Well, his entrance has made a difference. And suddenly that 3-goal lead has evaporated. Well, he urges the crowd on. Plays for Pick Szeged. His 4th European Championship. Need to keep an eye there. Kanyeya suddenly realises that the winger's coming around. Horvat waiting for the moment to try again. Maybe Cindric moves wide. Dunjak into the centre. Of course, Dunjak, who started his time in the Croatian national team as a playmaker, taking over that mantle from the legendary Ivano Balic. Everyone thought, well, that's a real tough act to follow. Balic was a legend. But he's become a legend himself, Dunjak, as Linus Scherva looks on. They expected something from the referees, clearly, but that didn't come. So still this 5-1 defence has been so effective. Sarmiento has stayed on in the centre, but Canellas and Makeda have come on since that last team timeout. They got big shots on them, and clearly trying to find those efforts from a distance. Makeda glad to get that free throw. He's past the 340 goal mark, Makeda, for Spain in 138 internationals. That's gone against the Spaniards. Croatia break forwards. 23 minutes played in the first half. The attack-defense substitutions being made. Cindric holds things up very slightly as he waits for Maric to go in on the line. Cindric, Stepancic, went through the hands. Luckily, Dunjak is there. Spare the blushes for Stepancic, for Cindric rather. Cindric looks, passive play's been called. In the end, a desperate shot by Dunjak. The follow-up there by Maric, clearly inside. Perez de Vargas picks the ball up. The more experienced of the two keepers on the Spanish bench, with 103 internationals to his name, has made 3 saves from 4 shots after coming on. That's made a bit of a change after Corrales hadn't saved any from 9. Shot efficiency, though, still very high, 75% for Spain, 71% for Croatia. As I said earlier, it's not been a goalkeeper's day so far. Although Spain arrived here with a 78% success rate on their shooting, the best in the competition. And they've levelled the score. Makeda's entrance has made a huge difference. 3 goals. And he's only been on court 5 minutes. This one underneath the defence. 10-all and a team timeout called by Croatia.
Oni vas navukli na to šutiranje. Nećemo mi s njima mjerati šutiranjima. Mi moramo krvavi koljena ući unutra. Borbeno. Ajde. Iza si!
So, all that hard work, and Spain are right back on their coattails again. 3-goal lead at 10-7 evaporated with 3 goals from Spain. He changed from having some players with a bit of running at the back. Ended up taking off Dujcebaev, moving Sarmiento in the middle and bringing on Maqueda and Cañellas. And Maqueda certainly has made a huge difference. 3 goals in 5 minutes. And that man is the one causing all the troubles because he scored all 3 of them. 5.5 minutes to go. Croatia have to do it all over again. Dunjak is being rested now. Bit of a change at the back. Long range shot, saved, and Perez de Vargas has made a big difference at the back for Spain, giving the defence a bit of confidence as well. That's his 4th save. Substitutions being made quickly by both teams between attack and defence, but Sarmiento trying to exploit the situation. Clumsily gives the ball away. Horvat got a cut back inside, no way through there, and in the end Sindric happy to move the ball back and let them build up. 5 minutes to go in the first half. 10-all here in the final at Euro 2020 in Stockholm. So for the moment, Dunjak taken off, and Marko Mamic has come on the far side, the 25-year-old who plays for Leipzig in Germany. 45 goals for them. And he scored 8 only from 21 here at the Euro. It's going to be a free throw. That's his first shot since coming on, Mamic. He's 2 meters tall. He's a towering player, the left back. But with only a 38% success rate, this is a bit of a gamble by Lino Cerva, putting him on, hoping he can just keep things ticking over maybe, but they can't really afford to do that. He must be hoping he's just going to rise to the occasion. Sindric. Stepancic. Sindric looks for the line. It's all clustered on this side. Could have done with a quick pass across to the winger. And we've got a pile of players in the 6-meter area. Needs a bit of cleaning up. Moros and Maqueda between them, falling on top of Stepancic. They're 2 meters and 3. He's built to take the punishment. Sindric tries to windmill feint around Maqueda. He just gets a free throw. Passive play call against Croatia. Meanwhile, 6 passes to get the shot away. Lino Cerva, who has been anxious since the first minute, but that's his way. Maqueda, the Pick Szeged right back, his 4th European Championship, made a huge difference coming on. He's hesitating with a long-range shot. Sindric isn't, but that goes wide, and now Spain break forwards. Chance here to take the lead, maybe. They've had to do all the chasing in the competition. They thought they had an interception, but they've got to give the ball back. It's a foul on Cañellas. He, together with Maqueda, play at Pick Szeged in Hungary, as does, as I mentioned earlier, Stepancic, the Croatian right back. So Maqueda and him are actually not only club teammates, but actually in the same position at the club. Cañellas, Sarmiento. Oh, to the line. Well played, brilliant save, Sego. And it's a penalty won by Horvat at the other end. Well, Sego had just come back in after Cerva decided to stop with Ashanin, and this is his first action. It's a save, not that he knew too much about it. Took it on the chin, as one might say. And Sarmiento, meanwhile, has got a 2-minute suspension for the foul at the other end. And it's a penalty that Dunjak is preparing to take. Spanish fans can't quite believe it. Up comes Dunjak. Scored all 3. Save! Perez de Vargas with 5 saves from 6 shots. Well, he and Maqueda have been instrumental in turning things around for Spain here. Look at the contrasting reactions as Spaniards jump to their feet. Perez de Vargas on a 32% save rate coming into this game here today. He's on 83%. They've taken him off for the time being, though, while they're short-handed. So Figueras has taken over from Maginagaldi on the line. Clipped off the post and goes in. Cañellas, first goal of the game. And a 4-goal run with no reply has Croatia on the ropes. Having started so well and built up that 3-goal lead, they've run out of steam. Looks for the shot, hesitates briefly, and another save. Not the best of shots by Stepancic. Not too powerful by his standards at 98 kilometers an hour, and Sherva is annoyed. Shot on the way back down again. It's not even that it wasn't his most powerful shot, it was straight onto the keeper, and they had a power play. That's not the moment to gamble with your shooting. You got to make it count. Shot efficiency, 73%. Both teams are edging down, but it's going down very fast for Croatia. They were at 75%. It's now 56%, and that's in the space of 12 minutes. So no goalkeeper in the Spanish side. They'll be able to put someone back in a few seconds, but we only have 1 minute of the first half remaining. That's a shame. The ball came back out suddenly. And the wings that haven't had a lot of service for the Spaniards in this game so far. It's lacked a bit of width. Fernandez thought he was in there. Entre Rios brought down, another free throw. Clock's been stopped with 45 seconds remaining. Rubs his chin, X marks the spot.
45 seconds to go on the first half, everybody!
Dujcebaev. He's come up to the head of the bench. Maybe they're preparing to put him on if they get possession. Turnover and a chance now. Sindric beats Perez de Vargas. Well, it's Mandic, in fact, getting carried away here. And there was the fast break. Oh, and the score with seconds to go. Quick throw off taken, 3 seconds to go. Long ball, but that will be too late. And that is the half-time buzzer. Smiles from Makeda. What a turnaround for Spain. Shego, who's made just 1 save from 9, comes off.
Result of the first half. Best scorer in the Spanish team. We have number 5,
Well, what a first half it's been. Spain taking the initiative early, or Croatia rather, but Spain have come back at them. The half-time score, Spain 12, Croatia 11. Well, a frenetic end to the half. It's both teams scoring in the last minute. Mandic first, Entre Rios replying, and Makeda celebrates. And look at that goal. And there in the middle, celebrating with them, is the Croatian president. He's joined the fans here today, Kolinda Grabar-Kitarovic, enjoying the moment. Well, this is how it's looked in the first half. 50% of the Croatian attacks are working. It was much better than that midway through the first half. 53% of their shots, down from 75% midway through that first half. But for the Spaniards, they're still on a 75% success rate with their shooting. Just the 1 fast break from Croatia. They've done well to deny Spain, who normally pile them on. And turnovers 7 by Spain. They struggled early on, just 3 for Croatia. But the penalties have come in thick and fast, with Dunjak scoring 3 but missing 1. Possession slightly edged by the Croatians at 52%. And the pass is about the same, 363 Croatia to 345 Spain. And the fastest shot of the game was at 137 kilometers an hour, and that was Karadzic. Well, Makeda got the best of the Spaniard shot at 132. So this is how it went. Good start by Croatia at the bottom, you can see, who were just in front all the time by a couple of goals. And then they opened up a 3-goal lead, but then dried up completely as Spain got a good run, although they weren't scoring often, luckily for them. But a 4-goal run that saw Spain suddenly take the initiative back, and then those 2 quick goals in the last minute to take us up to the break. So top scorers in the game so far, Makeda with 3, scored in a 5-minute spell after he came on midway through the half, while Dunjak is top scoring for Croatia with 4, Karadzic behind him on 3, and then a host of other players on 2s and 1s. And this is where the goals went in. You can see the misses, well, a terrible one and straight down the middle, but somehow 2 of them went straight in there. 2 off the bar and 1 at the top. It's to say that there have been very few saves in this half at either end. But then again, Perez de Vargas has made a difference when he's come on for Croatia. This is where the goals are, fairly well spread around the outside, the saves. Top left as you look at the goal, bottom right, and then 3 of them off the bar. But Corrales making no saves from 9. Perez has made 6 from 8 since coming on. And it's seen the Croatian efficiency go down to 58% in this first half. So at the break, in the final here at Euro 2020, Spain are leading Croatia 12-11. We're going to take a break. Join us again for the second half. We'll see you then. So welcome back to the Tele2 Arena in Stockholm, and half-time in the final of the 2020 Men's European Handball Championships. Dunjak spending the last few moments sitting on the bench, but it's not going to resume, at least because they'll be in defence. Croatia started so well, and Dunjak scoring 4 goals, 3 of them though from the penalty line. We still have a little while before the second half can throw off. They've got to stick to the schedule. Makeda's keen to get going. He's had a superb half, and what a difference a team timeout makes. Well, in the centre of the picture, Laszlo Nagy, legendary Hungarian player. He's now a team manager, retired last year. Well, there is Szego. He's made just 1 save from 9, and that's been problematic for them at the other end. Perez de Vargas, he came in 10 minutes before half-time, has made 6 saves from 8. It's been a turning point. Here we go then, Spain throw off the second half of this 2020 Men's European Handball Championship final, leading 12-11 against Croatia. So, Spain, who have stormed back into this game, having been 7-10 down. And Croatia really struggled after they got hit by a 4-0. Tries to come around, nothing there. Into the wing. It's still with them. Second in on the line. Long range shot. That's on the side. Szego may have got a touch on it. He seems to be happy with that. Second save of the game. Going for the near post. Just covered it well. So illustrious figures watching this game today. You just saw Laszlo Nagy. He was actually with Iker Romero, a Spanish legend of the game. We've also got quite a few of the Swedish legendary players in the audience. Staffan Löfgren, Magnus Wislander, Staffan Olsson, Mats Olsson, host nation. He finished 7th here this year. We're hoping to be here for the final weekend. He's one of the 3 hosts of this European Championship, together with Norway and Austria, but it didn't quite work out. He jumped too early. Makeda's frustrated. The pass was poor. And he remonstrates with Canellas. And that's Aitor Ariño, who's just come on at the half-time break as they change the wingers round. That said, Sarmiento, he was there for the block. It was tipped away and he steps into the area. Look at the frustration for Makeda. Croatian fans, though, a little bit more anxious than earlier when they took that 10-7 lead. They've now been hit by 5 goals and just 1 in return. It was high scoring for 15 minutes and then it's resumed where we thought it might be, between these 2 teams with big defences. That's gone through though, shot on the way down, and he just managed to trick Perez de Vargas. Stepancic the scorer. It's only his 2nd of the game. Pik Szeged right back. Moved there in the summer from PSG in Paris, where he got a bit frustrated being second choice to Rémi Lee most of the time. Makeda tries to turn into the wing. It's going to be a free throw. There was the Stepancic effort. 130 kilometers an hour. It's going to be a 2-minute suspension. Well, taken on the chin by Sarmiento. There's the foul, and Horvat is off. Ivan Perisic, football player for Bayern Munich in the audience. Enjoying a ball game of a different kind here today. Up steps Gomez, scored 8 from 11 at this championship. Shego goes the wrong way. He's not had a great record, Shego, from the penalty line, saving just 1 from 11. Alex Gomez probably finding the penalty is the best way to get the goals now, because the wings are really not getting much service from the Spaniards in this one at the moment. 2 balls into the wing in the first 30 minutes only, and only one of them resulting in a goal. Goalkeeper is out while they're short-handed for Croatia. Dunjak is on, Karacic is on, and Stepancic. It's the starting lineup at the beginning of the game that yielded a lot of goals. I'm afraid when they turned things around at the back, it slowed down and they lost the initiative. It didn't help, of course, that the Spaniards... Oh, good save. I think you got a touch on it, and the empty goal. That's easy. It's easy when you know how, and that man started it. Perez de Vargas with his 7th save. Let's have a look. I'm sure he got a touch on it. Yes, just tips it onto the post. Brilliant. And then the quick shot taken by Gomez. What a change Perez de Vargas has made. Corrales, who came in with a higher save percentage than Perez de Vargas into the final, 34%. Seemed to be a good choice, but made 0 from 9. Perez de Vargas has saved 6 from 9 now. The steal is on. And again. Oh, yes. Well, he scored 3 goals in quick succession. Alex Gomez, a penalty, and 2 empty goal shots. And this 2-minute suspension for Horvat is proving horribly expensive for Croatia. Spanish fans celebrate. And I think that says it all. Are we thinking here, guys? And that plate, at the moment, could well be staying where it was already in Spain. 3-goal lead. 5 minutes played in the second half. 3-1 so far to Spain in this half. Possession lost again. At least they got the goalkeeper, and now the suspension is over. Canellas races through and scores. And Croatia have come unstuck. Team timeout. The captain on his feet, Entre Rios. 2nd goal of the game for Juan Canellas. There's the steal. Brilliantly done by Gomez.
Baciš se na glavu, ljudi se 40 godina, mi stojimo i gledamo. Kako ćeš biti prvak? To se baca na glavu, čovječe. Mi samo ping-ponge igramo. Loptu bez veze. Se igraš više, evo, pucati bez veze. Samo halfa igra. Da. Ja ću se mijenjati. Da. Dobro. Ajmo, dečki, ajde! Izdaci! Hrvatska!
Well, there was that last goal by Canellas, and an interesting statistics on the turnovers, because it was 6 turnovers to Spain to 1 for Croatia at about the 20-minute mark. It's now still only 6 for Spain, but 8 for Croatia, and thereby hangs the problem. Dunjak, his face says it all. It's all gone terribly wrong. They were 10-7 up. They are now 12-16 down. They look exhausted out there. They look drained. So they're throwing the dice now, really, as Josip Šarac comes on, and they switch to 4-2 attack. Penalty. Well, that delivers something straight away. Ironically, it's Šarac, who's only played just over an hour in this tournament. The left-back who plays for Celje in Slovenia draws the foul from Makeda. Goes around him, Makeda, tempted to pull him on the shoulder. But they've got to beat that man yet. Perez de Vargas is on incredible form and he saved 6 penalties in this championship. Horvat sends him the wrong way and scores. First goal of the game for Horvat, former captain of the Croatian team, then had a spell away. It was nicely taken, reacted quickly, and Perez de Vargas left floundering. Still though, 3-goal lead for Spain, well in control here. Sarmiento, Maqueda and Cañellas. Their arrival into the attack has made a huge difference for Spain as well, midway through the first half when they were struggling. Looks for the quick throw, there's nothing there for Dunjak. MVP of this Euro, Croatian playmaker, brings the ball up slower. And so, Matanovic also just coming on for Croatia as Lino Šervar, having read them the riot act in that last team timeout, has rummaged around the bench and brought up players that he's sparsely used in this European Championship. Matanovic, an hour and 40 minutes out of all the games, and they're trying 7 against 6 to see if that might yield some success now. No goalkeeper at the other end. Karacic goes around, nothing there. Horvat at the moment is being used as a back player, launches a long-range effort, hammers that one in, Dunjak. 111 kilometers an hour. 5 goals for the Croatian captain. Oh, I may have got ahead of myself. Five from 8 for Dunjak. They've gone back to a 6-0 defence, but it's a dynamic one. There's plenty of depth in it. They've got the turnover now. And a better spell now by Croatia. Seems that the return of Dunjak with Karacic is helping a little. Changes being made. Brozovic and Mamic are the 2 at the moment who are being used in defensive duties. Mamic briefly thrown into the attack, but that didn't quite work out. That was very short, actually. Horvat, normally a right winger, playing at right back. He's only 179, so he really does look for the breakthroughs. And in the right wing is the only other right wing on the bench, Matanovic. Fingertip touch on the way through, says the referee. That's a throw-in for Croatia, who keep possession. And despite the fact that they've completely lost the initiative for that spell, Croatia, they are still only 2 behind. It's not that much in it. 7 against 6. Looks to tear through, empty goal. Oh, gone wide, and a huge cheer from the Croatian fans. That was a let-off. Guardiola, the defence specialist. Not by a huge amount. You might think they're easy goals, the empty goals, but I can tell you when you're down there on the line, and as Sean Moros is saying, don't worry about it. That goal looks like a postage stamp when you're throwing it down court. Empty goal again, 7 against 6, dummies to the line. Šipić is waiting there. Maric on the right. No pace, now he's gone into the wing. That's an attacking foul, Mandic. And Perez de Vargas looks up, no options, the wingers are still down this end. Mandic, who had a very good start in the first half. Igor Vori on his feet there, the assistant coach. Legendary player, scored nearly 600 goals for his country. And 3 times he's been a medalist in the European Championships as a player. 2 silvers and a bronze. He would have loved to win the gold here today, even if as a coach, mistake by Spain, who are having a poor spell here all of a sudden. And 10 minutes in, Croatia are clawing their way back in again. 16-14, the lead only now for Spain. So both teams have had 3-goal leads. Looks like the 7 against 6 attacks are yielding something. Increasingly used now by teams, taking out your goalkeeper. Bit of a gamble, but it causes all manner of problems for the defence that have to worry about 2 line players at the back. Looks to the line, that's beautiful. Oh, it's gone wide, and I think Perez de Vargas got the touch. Maric comes away empty-handed, point blank. Look at the assist, that was absolute class. Perez de Vargas jumps. He waits for the shot. Well, he'd landed, to my mind anyway, clips him on the head. But actually, Perez de Vargas leans his head over, and sportingly, no harm done. He knows that comes with the turf. 7th save from 12 for Perez de Vargas, a 58% save rate. It's huge. Second line play goes in for Spain from the right wing. Gomez is in there, he's replaced Soule here in the second half. Done rather well with 3 goals. Dujcebaev is back on after struggling in the early phase of the game and being replaced. Looking for the line, there was no line there. Oh, and the whistle's gone. Couldn't hear it for the crowd. And he says it came off your foot. Mamic remonstrates, but he won't win that battle with the referees. And it's a team timeout for Spain. And he's still fretting over it. He's got to put that behind him. It's gone. So Jordi Ribera wants to reset things.
Jorge, 4 pases.
4 pases tenemos.
Vale, vamos a intentar a ver si conseguimos hacer un lanzamiento aquí por encima de este jugador, ¿vale? ¿De acuerdo? Entonces, vamos a hacer una cosa. La bola está aquí contigo, ¿vale? La bola puede venir aquí si quedan 4 pases. Hacemos aquí una circulación, por ejemplo, para venir por acá, y este jugador, en vez de abrirse, recibe el balón para aprovechar la cortina de este jugador y hacer el lanzamiento aquí por encima de este jugador.
Vale, pero este soy yo, este
estás tú
ataque.
aquí. No, para no haber cambio de defensa-ataque, te pones tú aquí. Vale, Raúl.
Pero el pivote pasa directamente a Maquilla.
Yo le paso a Jorge directamente.
Vale, el pivote viene aquí y este
No,
circula.
al central,
Se trata de que el
y
segundo
marca
no
el medio.
suba, ¿vale?
So, team timeout over, no goal for 6.5 minutes. Here was one of the early goals. Feed into the line. There. He says it touched. And I think he may have a point. I've got some sympathy with him. But it's not gone his way. It happens. Good save. Well, that makes amends. And back come Croatia. And suddenly, this game has wavered from one side to the other. First, Croatia came out and had the initiative, forcing Ribera to take a team timeout, reset the back line, bring in the big guns. Makeda and Canellas turned things around together with Perez de Vargas in goal. They took the initiative, kept it early in the second half, but now Croatia back in the frame with 7 against 6. Good save, though, still Perez de Vargas. 8 goals, or 8 saves rather. Back they come. Little trip on the way through and acknowledged by Dunjak. It was a decent angle for Matanovic, dummied the near post, but he wasn't having it. Perez de Vargas stayed wide. Brilliant. Well, transformational, his entrance into the game. At the other end, I'm afraid, Croatian goalkeepers not having such a good day. Linosheva, the jacket is off now, and the frustration is mounting. 17 minutes to go. Okay, no way through there. Entre Rios comes back again, solidly blocked by Brozovic, 1.95 m, 107 kilos of the Hanover line player. Being used very much in that defensive role. 7 minutes and 45 seconds since Spain last scored. That said, Croatia have only scored once in that time, so they're not hammering home their advantage. It's going to be a free throw. Hadn't broken through Entre Rios, and we thought it might be a low-scoring game, as it so often is. Oh, lovely steal! The break is on. Mandic releases the ball on the left. Karadzic! Slowly but surely, Croatia are right back on Spanish coattails. Croatian fans are loving this now. It's going to be a free throw. Oh, the crude tackle on Dujcebaev. That was a beautiful steal. Absolute class by Mamic. Bounced the ball in front of him. He just took it straight away. And that's the result. And Croatian president enjoying the moment. Kolinda Grabar-Kitarovic. But maybe not that. 2-minute suspension. Igor Karadzic. And that, I think, is a fair call. Long range shot, he's finally found his mojo, has he? That's Alex Dujcebaev. You had a miserable opening. Oh, someone, please give him a cup of tea and calm him down. Great goal by Dujcebaev, 27-year-old. Well, that helps. He's going on 9 minutes since the last goal for the Spaniards before that. It's relief more than anything else. Looking for the line, it's intercepted though, foul called. Mamic clipped on the way in. Georgi Nachevsky points to the line. Midway through the second half then. Ball possession still in favour of Croatia at 53%, looking for the line. Couldn't quite control it, but another foul on Mamic at the back. And Maric gets the free throw. Makeda, together with Perez de Vargas, two Spaniards named in the all-star team today. On the Croatian side, Karadzic, the playmaker, also in the all-star team, and Dunjak, that man there, named the MVP. Empty goal again. Well, not now. Well, they're short-handed. Well, that's all going to help. And Mamic, who's only got a 38% success rate with his shooting, being thrown into the attack earlier, was an act of faith by Lino Šervar, but it's paid dividends. Croatia's suspension will be served out in 10 seconds. They've only got that long to press home the advantage. Dujcebaev damaged the shot. There's nowhere going. Good defence by Croatia, especially bearing in mind they're short-handed. Karadzic comes back into the defensive lineup. Entre Rios to the line. Nicely done. Figueras, first goal of the game. The Granollers line player, top scorer in the Spanish Liga Sobal with 119 goals this season. Gives them back a 2-goal advantage. Dunjak urging his players on. There's the defence of that opening 15 minutes. Karadzic, Dunjak. They've given up on 7 against 6 for now. Gone back to 5-1 attack. Into the wing, decent angle, draws Perez de Vargas, lobs him, and it's a 1-goal game again. Beautifully done. Lovely lob. Carried away, the break is on. Chance here then to level it if they can score on this attack. So 12th turnover for Spain, and that's swinging from one side to the other. Both teams having spells where they commit numerous errors and then pick themselves up again. Karadzic. Free throw, the foul against Adria Figuera, the Granollers line player. 12 minutes to go. Talked about low-scoring game early on. At the 15-minute mark, I thought that this is going to be a very different than expected Spain-Croatia game. But it suddenly got down into that stalemate situation with just 6 goals apiece in 18 minutes. Which by handball standards is not high, but it doesn't take anything away from the excitement here, as this is so nicely poised. Dunjak. Karacic. Into the line, yes, they are level! Slowly but surely they've wound themselves back in. 3rd goal of the game for Maric. Igor Vori, the assistant coach, is going mad on the bench. The man with 2 European silver and 1 bronze medal, looking for his first goal as a coach. Beaten around Perez de Vargas. And now the Croatian fans doing their best to unsettle the Spaniards. Dujcebaev takes a long shot. Free throw, they couldn't hear it for the whistling. Dujcebaev, who's just not managed to get himself into good shooting positions, as Dunjak urges the crowd on. Jordi Ribera looking somewhat anxious on the bench. And Dunjak, his work ethic, they all are. Players are putting in such a huge effort here after the semi-finals 2 days ago, especially, of course, the Croatians, who had to play double extra time, an extra 20 minutes. It makes a big difference in a nerve-wracking match, which they won with 3 seconds to spare in the 2nd period of extra time. Otherwise, we were facing penalties. 11 minutes to go in the final here in Stockholm. 18 all. Oh, side netting. And the family of the players there. A few dropped heads, a few gasps. We're 18-16 up, Spain. 18 all, scoring very, very slow here. It's all about defence. Got away, whistle's gone anyway. Shoots on to Perez de Vargas. 10 minutes to go. Tries to put the block on. Karacic is being marked, and now Dunjak is being marked. Gomez and Arinho coming a long way out. Change the defence, that's a turnover. Maric manages to waste a little bit of time and gets away with it. I think that's what the Spaniards are probably saying to Georgi Nachevski. Dragged his foot through it. Sagina Galde comes back on again, only been used for 7.5 minutes of the game. Sarmiento returns into it as well, trying to inject a bit of pace, but it's untidy at the back now by Spain. Passive play's being warned against them. He can't touch it again. He can now because the defenders touched it. No way through for Dujcebaev, who's having a frustrating day here today. The Kielce back player. He couldn't pick it up because of a double dribble, but as soon as someone else touches it, then he can, and he gets in there and catches poor old Brozovic on the chin as he gets up with his head, and he's hurt himself as well in the process with that clash of heads. Jordi Ribera looking on anxiously. Looks for the line, well read. Dunjak got in behind, it went straight through. Picks it up at the back, Dunjak checks himself. Attacking foul, and the winger was waiting for it on the right. Horvat was free. Stepancic tried to go through on his own. There were 2 defenders No one was marking Horvat. Spain again, long barren spell, 5 minutes. It's going to be a Spanish ball. That's an attacking foul, turnover, Croatia have the ball. Cheer from the fans. Shego, he's had a quiet day at the office, in fairness, or a poor day I should say at the office, not a quiet day by any means. He's only made 4 saves from 17. But as you saw, the turnovers are accumulating. Well, the Spaniards are really struggling now to get through this tenacious defence, scoring a couple of goals only in 17 minutes. It really hasn't quite worked out for them. It's Guardiola. Plays for Rhein-Neckar Löwen in Germany. Defence specialist. A little bit of time in attack today. Got 7 minutes to go, and it's nicely poised, but at the moment the initiative is with Croatia. Not high scoring though in that 17-minute spell. Only 2 goals by Spain, but only 4 from Croatia. Free throw again. Guardiola throws himself in. Maric plays for Melsungen in Germany. Drops back in on the line. Croatia too, as I mentioned, it's low scoring. 5 goals without, but that's just stopped the rot. Powerful effort for Stepancic. 3rd goal. And when you can't break through, sometimes going over the top is the best way. Big changes between attack and defence. Sarmiento, Dujcebaev and Aguinalde come back on for the attack. Well, this is not a goal bonanza, that's for sure, but it is hugely exciting. Damage to the line. Dujcebaev saying to Aguinalde, move wide, get out of the way, don't go in the middle. Really has not quite had the impact on the game you expect with Dujcebaev. Save, but it's a penalty. The foul on Dujcebaev. Bundled over, Mandic jumping in rather crudely. There was that goal by Stepancic, 104 kilometers an hour. Took it from the 9-meter line in the end. That's how you can get success if you can't break down the defense. As the Croatian players milk the applause. Gomez, 2nd penalty of the game, and change in goal. Ashanin has come in. Stands to one side. Well, he didn't take the bait. Nice penalty by Gomez. He stood to one side, probably thinking, well, shoot on the other. There's more space. But he went down the near side. As soon as he lifted his leg, he was beaten. It's all square again here in Stockholm with 5 minutes to go. 19 all. Just like in the first encounter between these two teams in the main round, which ended 22 all. A low-scoring affair with big defensive work. And some good goalkeeping in Spain's case, although for Croatia it really is mostly about the defence. Because Šego hasn't had the greatest of days in goal. Dear oh dear, poor Lashanin, who didn't save that last penalty, gets an absolute earful from Ševa. He did come on in the first half when Šego was struggling, but made one save from 5 before he was substituted out, Lashanin. He's not going to hear the end of it. Oh, straight through, off the post, but he's fouled on the way through. And it's a 2-minute suspension with only 4 minutes to go. Makeda, shrug of the shoulder to the referee. Why? And Entre Rios comes over to Dunjak and says that wasn't. He did catch him high. Entre Rios is off. He still remonstrates with the referee, but that is not going to change anything, and this could be absolutely crucial. A real chance now for Croatia, because when they get back to full strength, the Spaniards, there'll be less than 2 minutes of the match remaining. They've got to press home the advantage here, Croatia. Are they finally going to break that curse at the European Championships? 8 semi-finals. They got through to 3 finals and never won it. And spray coming to good effect here. Oh, nearly running out of options. They've got the extra play. You wouldn't think so. Putting in 2 on the line. Brozovic goes in again. They've fumbled it inside the area. And that could be costly for Croatia. Ševa, I think his side says it all. What are you thinking? Well, Dunjak will say, well, it was legitimate. I thought I could get the ball through to Maric, but he was too far ahead and Maric straight into the area. Goalkeeper is out for Spain. Levels things up in the attack. Aguinalde drops back in on the line. Cañellas has come into the attack now, this crucial stage. Free throw. Fouled as he takes it. Cañellas. He's played for about 23 minutes of the match so far. Aguinalde puts the block on for him. Dujcebaev. Sarmiento, who's on for the captain. Oh, it's given. All square, they can't get the keeper in. Straight from the throw off. Croatia take the initiative back. Stepancic. They got the ball back very quickly. There's Sarmiento's shot. Fumbled by Šego. He'll be annoyed with that. But luckily for him, it's Brozovic, in fact, who very quickly takes that shot. Well, he thought for a second there that the Spaniards had taken the initiative. They had, but only for 7 seconds. Oh, there, straight through. Referee was in good line. There is a camera in the goal if they need to check it. And there was the equaliser straight from the centre. 2 minutes to go. Spain are back to full strength again, and it's all square still. And the goal's hard to come by here. Are Croatia going to face yet more extra time? Well, they've won the penalty, Spain. Aguinalde fouled in the act of shooting. Horvat eating his nails on the far side. Oh, no, 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 no. He has been in so many of those finals where they've ended up with the silver and that bronze medal. Need a cool head. Lashanin comes back into goal. He's saved 3 in the competition so far. 26-year-old who plays for Zagreb. Gomez. Oh, coolly done. The 22-year-old Barcelona winger drops his hand back, takes the pace off the ball, and curves it over the shoulder of the keeper. 74 kilometers an hour only. His arm was going very fast. Goalkeeper thinks it's going to be a fast shot. But that broken wrist action takes the pace off and curves the ball. We're coming up to the last minute. Spain are now in front. Oh, turnover! Makeda. Too many steps. Oh, Karadzic. He took 6. You can't even argue. It's not a close decision. And Spain, it may well have cost them, because Spain will run this down. And is the trophy going to stay with them? The defending champions lead by 1 with 30 seconds to go. Our Croatian heart's going to be broken again. Dujcebaev, yes they are! Because Dujcebaev scores. Team timeout called with 25 seconds, but surely now there's no way back. The Croatian president's heart stops, her head drops. She and the fans know that now it's a desperate cause. Well, what can they change in 25 seconds? I don't think they've got it in them to do it now. The fans are disconsolate. There are tears flowing in the stands. They have been in front. They've had the initiative in the second half. Both teams have had long spells without goals when they've struggled. The Spanish fans and families also in tears. They can't quite believe it, but they are going to retain the title. It's going to take something of a miracle now. There was the handoff. Dujcebaev, 110 kilometers an hour, right through the legs of Brozovic. Stepancic looking up at the clock. Here we go then, 25 seconds. Needs a quick shot and a steal! Touched by a defender, took the sting out of the shot. Perez de Vargas has got the ball. And Croatia have given up. There's no one marking them anymore. That's off the bar. They'll get the follow-up. The whistle's gone. It doesn't matter anyway. He comes back. Running it down, and the celebrations have started. And there it is. Spain become only the second team in the history of the European Championships to retain the title. They have beaten Croatia in the final by 22-20. Incredible scenes here in the Tele2 Arena. Poor old Dunjak tried so hard, but they seemed to run out of steam at the end. Having had the initiative for so much of the second half, Spain came back. They were starved of goals for a long period in a match dominated by defence. After a brisk start, and he is shattered. The poor Dunjak, for all the effort, and yet again in their fourth final, they come up short. It's now 3 silvers and a bronze, but for Spain, celebrations unbridled. Perez de Vargas with 8 saves in the match. His entrance midway through the first half, together with Makeda, turned things around when Spain were in trouble, trying to play a running game against a deep 5-1 defence that just wasn't working. And the long-range shot started to pay off. He started to make a lot of saves. And Spain had the initiative into the second half. Then Croatia took it back. Mamic coming on into the attack. But they couldn't quite turn it around as Spain hung on despite long spells without goals. And eventually a flurry at the end sees them take the initiative. Not their best game. Probably could have had more width on their attack. The wingers got very little service for the Spaniards. It was all down the middle. And the Croatians understandably disconsolate. Sindric there, who bravely came on, playing with an injury, had 5 minutes on court. Well, it will be, as the Spanish team come down, little consolation to him that Domagoj Dunjak has just collected the Player of the Match award. 5 goals, 2 assists, but played like a Trojan in defence. Nearly 48 minutes on court. He's been asked so much of him. And I'm afraid he's been there in those other finals. It's his 7th final, and still he can't quite get the goal. Well, we knew defense would be key in this game. Both teams have big defenses, and both teams had the initiative for spells in this match. But it is the Spaniards who've come away with it. Maqueda's 3 goals in 5 minutes off the back of that team timeout made a big difference. Guardiola's big defensive work as ever. And ironically, Dujcebaev, who had not the greatest of games in the picture there, with his 2nd goal, made sure of the win. Presentations are being made now for the all-star team here. Perez de Vargas, best goalkeeper at Euro 2020. Collecting the award from Martin Hausleitner, the EHF Secretary General. Peter Knapp is out there, CEO Select. And Lino Sheva reflecting on what might have been. Well, the award was made this morning. Best goalkeeper of the championship, Perez de Vargas, has also been the best goalkeeper here today. Presentation now being made to Igor Karacic. Best playmaker here at Euro 2020 in the all-star team. Manages to muster a smile today with his 4 goals and 4 assists. He still couldn't quite turn things around for his team, but he's had a terrific tournament. What a great player he is. I'm afraid for some, though, it is just too much. Mamic just doesn't want to be part of that. He's despondent. And so, in the all-star team, best right back, Maqueda. And that, how appropriate as well. Scored 3 goals from 3 attempts, back-to-back in a 5-minute spell that turned things around for Spain, got them back into the game after they'd gone 3 behind. Big hug for him. Lovely chap. Plays for Pikseged in Hungary. And Domagoj Duniak, the MVP of Euro 2020. 36 goals scored in this competition with a very high percentage success rate. But he is utterly, utterly drained. And you've got to feel for him. Croatia, who are so lucky to have such an amazing array of back players. So here then, some of the key moments of the game. Gomez, who came on in the second half, scored 5 goals, 3 of them from the penalty line. And then this, the little dance by Karacic, 6 steps, a turnover when they were just 1 goal down, and the resulting goal at the other end from Dujcebaev to make absolutely certain that Spain retained the title. Back-to-back wins. And the last effort taken by Stepancic, deflected by the defense, but saved by Perez de Vargas for his 8th save of the game. And the celebrations could start in earnest. And Duniak can only reflect on what might have been yet again. When will it be Croatia's year? Well, Dujcebaev, it wasn't his best game by a long way today, but came good at the end. Jordi Ribera trusted him, put him back on again. And he just kept things steady at the back, where goals were very, very difficult to come by for both teams, in fairness. Up to 7-minute spells with no goals for one team. Spaniards struggle, in fact, for nearly 9 minutes at one point in the second half. But then the Croatians had a 6-minute barren spell. It just seemed to teeter depending on how strong the defences were. And having their moments. But we knew that both teams had best defences in the competition, and this would be tough. They drew in the main round, but today Spain just edged it. There was very little in it. But Croatia had so much of the game in the second half, but just couldn't capitalise.
Appreciation now for the new EHF European champion, the team of España.
And so Spain go and thank their supporters, who have been outnumbered, it's fair to say, here in this 19,000 Tele2 Arena in Stockholm by the Croatian fans, but who end up being the ones celebrating. Makeda goes to fetch a flag. And the elation, unbelievable. What a match by Spain. And it just goes to show the resilience of both teams, in fairness. They went through difficult spells, but we're still there at the end, and very sadly hinged on that steps by Karadzic late in the game when they were 1 goal down, and he inexplicably tapped away Sindric in tears. Well, the teams will make way now for the preparations for the medal ceremony, and a show to come first. So the stats then, in the end, 63% success rate on their shooting for Spain, 57% for Croatia. It was improved in the second half, but still 3 fast breaks for the Spaniards, all in the second half, but they missed a couple, 2 for Croatia. On the penalty side, 4 for the Croatians. They missed 1, while Spain put all 3 away, courtesy of Gomez, and turnovers got high in the end because of the tough defending. Spain 14, Croatia 12. 52% possession, Croatia just edged it. The pass is almost identical, 708 to 703. Fastest shot of the game at 137 kilometers an hour was Karadzic. And the fastest sprints by players on fast breaks, 30 kilometers an hour. Spain 29, Croatia around the same. The running distance is also almost identical. Both teams ran 29 kilometers a day today. Huge amount of work. And this is how it looked then in the second half, which Spain edged by that single goal. And you can see it was all about defense, those long spells. 7 goals or 7 minutes for Spain and 9 minutes spells, while for Croatia 5 minutes, and then they had another 4-minute spell with no goals. It was very low scoring, as we suspected it might be. So Dunjak top scoring for the Croatians with 5, Karadzic on 4. Gomez, though, with 5 goals in the second half, top scored for Spain. Crucial goals and an empty goal shot there as well. This is where the goals went in for the Spaniards and absolutely peppered them. This is over the whole match. The misses, you can see 5 on the crossbar. The ones in the middle, some of those, of course, were the open goal passes when Croatia were playing 7 against 6 and losing possession. 67% efficiency in the end, but 11 misses in the game. They were under pressure from the defense. Well, that is very much also the case with the Croatian team. Nicely spread around the outside. Shots in the middle there that didn't come through. And then some 7 off the crossbar for 61% efficiency, which is actually just marginally above what they had coming into the game. They had the lowest efficiency, actually, of any of the 4 semi-finalists. Well, we're going to go down courtside now, where Chris O'Reilly is with Zlatko Horvat.
Zlatko, I know it must be impossible to put what you're feeling into words, but can you tell us what was the difference today in the end?
There
played very experienced. You know, they played excellent defense. It was very difficult to get through that defense. We didn't have a shot. We didn't have a good performance from 9 meters. You know, we did also good in defense. It wasn't so bad, but we knew it will be a tough match. We knew how they play, but it's when you're on the field, it's very difficult to play against them. And of course, I have to congratulate them on this win. And I will, of course, congratulate my team on second place. I think we've deserved it. We played excellent tournament today. They were better. Well, you have a lot to be proud of, an amazing campaign, and commiserations for today. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Well, a clearly disappointed Horvat there, and poor old Dunjak. He scored 8 in the semi-final, leading his team through, but in the end just couldn't take them over the finishing line. Dunjak, who scored 2 when the teams met in the main round, and still the Spanish players coming to terms with the enormity of their achievement. Only the second team in the history of the European Championship to retain the title, after Sweden did it in '98, 2000 and 2002 with 3 back-to-back wins. They're, of course, one of the most successful nations in Euro history, but Spain are carving their name in that history book as well. And Dani Ducebaev, who's joined them and will come out with them to collect the medal. The player who was injured earlier in the competition came back in, then was taken back out again. Fernandez came in. Fernandez, who played the first half but scored just 1 goal. Well, all telling each other the stories of what happened on my side of the court. And out they come into the mix zone for the interviews. Great atmosphere.
Ladies and gentlemen, first we're going toward the silver medalists, the team of Croatia. Sincere congratulations to your performance. A great championship with top games behind you. And we are proud to welcome and serve vice champion title winner.
Well, back they go. Well, they had wild celebrations after their semi-final win over Slovenia, 34-32. And so 3 consecutive finals. Now back here, the teams received their silver medal. It is Croatia coming out, and still Dunjak disconsolate, shaking his head. He's thrown so much into this. He's also physically and emotionally drained now, I think. But of course they're disappointed, but let's not take anything away from their achievement, coming through to the final here, their 3rd final. I should say their 4th final. And you have to feel for them. Dunjak, who's been there and done them all, Horvat.
Ladies and gentlemen, your silver medalists here at the men's EHF Euro 2020, Croatia.
So there they are. Well, congratulations to Croatia. It was not a goal bonanza, this final, by any means. It was about defence. And it forced the teams to take long-range shots, which, as we heard from Horvat, the Croatians struggled with. But then Spain also had their problems with the Croatian defense. It is a great achievement to get onto the podium and reach the final. Well, what a gentleman he is. The smiles are back. Horvat. He was playing in his 6th European Championship. He too has missed out for the 4th time in the final. Big cheer around the arena. The Croatian fans are going nowhere, and the Spaniards sportingly applaud the Croatians. Linosheva tried everything, tried to reset the attack, but just couldn't find solutions in the end. And there they are, some of the fans here, 19,000 in the arena. Many, many Croatians had hoped to see Dunjak lead his team to their first title.
We are approaching the highlights of the evening. After great matches,
But instead, it is Spain who have retained the title in their 3rd consecutive final.
welcome and congratulations.
Spain, who took bronze in 2014, silver in 2016, then gold 2 years ago, and now they are gold medalists again at Euro 2020. They finished the competition undefeated, just 1 point dropped against Croatia, but in the main round. Presentation party for the medal. Michael Wiederer, president of the European Handball Federation, Predrag Boskovic, the vice president, and from the organizing committee rather, from Sweden, Austria, Norway, who jointly hosted this, Fredrik Rapp, the president of the Swedish Association, Koager, president of the Norwegian Federation, Markus Plaza, vice president of the Austrian Federation. And collect their medals on the way through. There are the presidents of the organizing federations facing us with his back to us. Predrag Boskovic. Superb job done by them. Congratulations to those 3 nations who, for the first time, it's been organized by 3. And also the first time we had 24 teams. It has led to some surprises here with, of course, France and Denmark going out in the preliminary round. Portugal finishing 6th. They were the surprise package of the tournament. And let's not forget that Sander Sagosen has now beaten Kirill Lazarov's record as the all-time top scorer at the European Championship. Spaniards, though, it's their day today. And so they line up with the medals around their neck and wait to get the Euro Champions plate, which will look surprisingly familiar, something they might just have seen in their office for the last year. Makeda leading the celebrations. He never misses out. He's quite a character. 31-year-old back player from PIK Szeged. And there they are, once again, European champions about to receive the plate that they'd only just brought back with them. They can take it back now. Job done.
The president of the European Handball Federation, Michael Wiederer, is handing over the EHF EURO 2020 winner trophy to the European.
So the Euro 2020 plate about to be brought forwards and handed to the president of the European Handball Federation, Michael Wiederer. And wait for it, wait for it.
Celebration. Give it
And European champions 2020, it is Spain. Well, it was not high scoring, but what a final, what drama. And it went down to the last minute. But it's the Spaniards who are singing at the end. We are the champions. Entre Rios, what a moment for him, the tears, his last European Championship match. He'll be hanging up his handball shoes in the summer. And Spain, in addition to this European Championship title, are now automatically qualified for the Olympic Games in Tokyo in 2020. An added bonus to the win. Aguinalde. Well, they will celebrate long into the night. Well done to Spain and to Croatia for giving us a great final. Makeda. Now he wants it again. You're going to have trouble wrestling that off him. Moros de Argila at the back. 36-year-old player. It may very well end up being his last Euro as well. But on the left there, Raúl Entre Rios finishes the competition having passed the 600 goal mark for Spain and leading his team to back-to-back European titles. And Perez de Vargas, who's 8 saves in the game, were a big part of the turnaround. Sarmiento, another veteran. Well, it looks like they don't just want the plate, Spain, they're taking the hoardings with them as well. Well, I think they deserve that one too. I'm not sure they're getting your hand luggage on the flight though. Fantastic scenes here in the Tele2 Arena. Well, time now for the national anthem. New European champions, or champions again, Spain. So there we have it. Spain have retained their title here in an incredible final. Went down to the wire, 22-20 winners over Croatia. We will let you enjoy the scenes of celebrations here in Stockholm. Thank you so much for watching with us for the last 2.5 weeks. We hope you've enjoyed it. But for now, as Spain celebrate, it's time for us here, and me, Paul Bray, and all the production team in Stockholm to say goodbye and see you again next time.
you.